Lacey's Grant. I'm Andy Furman. Furman in the morning on Real Talk 1160. It's 7:34 in the morning. Tom Walsh, local entrepreneur. I'm so happy to have you here at Graders up at this early in the morning. Is this an early rising thing for you? Or are you normally up this hour?
Actually, no, Andy. I'm a very early riser.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Have you done your exercises yet?
I have not done my exercise.
You haven't run 5 miles?
Did you do some for me?
I will exercise for you, but I don't exercise well in the morning.
You know,
it takes me a while to wake up.
When Jackie told me that you were a local entrepreneur, there was no problem in my mind realizing that you're a graduate of the proud Miami University. That's where all the entrepreneurs come from.
I wouldn't say all of them, but we got our share.
What is it about Miami University that produces? I mean, the guy who founded Penn Station is a Miami grad.
Jeff Osterfeld's
Right.
a Miami grad.
Yes.
Dick
You know
Farmer's
Jeff?
a Miami grad. Yeah, I went to high school with his brother.
I mean, it's amazing. It really is, isn't it? Free thinkers. Is that what it is? I don't know.
It's a great school. I mean, I think you're off in the middle of nowhere. You're an hour away from any city, so I think it forces you to just focus on what you're doing while you're up there.
All right, now you're the guy who founded the Ultimate Sports List on TUSL.com. Before we get into that, today is the day of the Crosstown Shootout. Who are you taking?
Oh, I went to Miami, Andy, so I got no skin in the game.
Right,
they're not playing.
And as we talked about, I didn't wear any blue or black or gold, so I think that conventional wisdom would say UC should win. They've had a great season, although as it's been pointed out, they haven't played a very tough schedule.
Correct.
But in this game, I told a buddy of mine from Xavier who was bemoaning their chances tonight. I said, there's been times when UC had a top 4, top 5 team, and Xavier beat them. So I think I hate to sound cliche, but you throw out the records and just play.
Well, I hate to say it, but we don't stand on convention.
No, the greatest call years ago when Lenny Brown hit that shot for Xavier, Andy McWilliams was behind the microphone calling the game. He says, they may be number 1 in the country, but they're number 2 in their own city.
I love that.
That was the greatest call in the world.
I remember that.
Okay, so what is the Ultimate Sports List, and how did you find it, and do it, create it, and what does it do?
It's think of it as a place to create your own bucket list. You can create it, you can track it, you can share it. What we did was about a year ago, we started with a list of what we thought were the world's 200 best sporting events, and that's obviously a tough list to come up with. And we opened it up for voting to a limited number of people from around the country. We had about, I think, people vote from 45 different states. And we wanted to come up with what is the list of the world's greatest sporting events. And we released that last June. And we have 150 events on the list, 100 from the United States, 50 from around the world. And of course on that list is the Cincinnati Xavier game.
That to me is amazing. It's on the list.
Well, and I was very careful about that because I didn't want to be accused of being a homer, being from Cincinnati. But as I did research, you Google college basketball rivalries, with all kinds of different places. Every single place I went to, if they talked about the 5 or 10 best college basketball rivalries, this one was always on it. Dickie V's always talked about it being one of his favorite rivalries. So I thought it deserved at least, voting mention on it. So we went through the voting, and last June we announced the top 150. And this one I think came in number 104. From there, what people can do, number one, they can go to the list and check off the ones they've been to. And when you do that, you get a rating. You get more points for going to the number 1 rated event, which is the Summer Olympics, than you would for going to number 150. And we have a list of the top 10 on the front, the top 10 fans on the front page of our website. But you can also create your own list. You can say, these 150 events are nice, but there's, maybe 7 of them I'd like to go to, but there's 3 more that aren't on the list that I'd like to go to. So you can add your own, events to it. And then, we've got all the social networking. You can share it on Facebook. You can share it on Twitter. To try to, to kind of show people maybe a little bit of a brag list of, here are the events that I've been to.